1,000 years are one day with God. I just was thinking, I undid 2,000 years of religion and history and belief in God in one day of consciousness. Not literally one day, but I could say I have undone 2,000 years of tradition of belief in God in 2 years through the source consciousness that is now available to us and that has become available to me. And what do I mean by dissolved 2,000 years of belief in God? I've entered another age. I no longer believe in God in the traditional sense of how humanity believed in God for the last 2,000 years. There has been an absolute break. Now, does that make me an atheist? No, it does not make me an atheist. An atheist lives from the mental intellect, which is a different place. It's just a place of not mentally or intellectually believing in religion or in a higher, of something higher. An atheist usually is just very much in their logical, mental, ego mind, and that's the identity that is most prominent for atheists. When I say I no longer believe in God, it's from a place where my soul and my mind and my spirit have integrated as one and has become aware of the, and this is the problem, we have to give God, we have to give that elusive something or no thing a name. I call it consciousness for the sake of language that most people are familiar with. My mind, my spirit, and my soul have merged into that consciousness as that consciousness, and therefore there is nothing left to believe. But not from this thing. It's simply, there's nothing left to believe because now, as consciousness, I know. I know. Absolutely. So there is no deity to believe in. In this consciousness, you can't point to an object or someone and say that's God. It's all this distinction and individuation is dissolved in this ocean of consciousness. And there is no God in heaven to believe in. I have dissolved it. It's melted into the ocean of consciousness. Does that make me a godless person? No, because as this consciousness, the God consciousness has fully taken over my physical being. God has now come to dwell in flesh, in my body. And so, again, to use human language, God is now walking around as renegade with not the um, limited understanding of um, what we had in Christianity with God just coming in Jesus. In the same way that God came in Jesus, God is coming in me, has come in me. And God has come in the flesh. And this human is now filled with the absolute consciousness of God. I'm not being this human from my previous persona of ego. I don't know if this makes sense. It's pretty hard to explain. Sweetie, don't lick that. You're not supposed to lick that. It's pretty hard to explain this concept, but I'm just recording it anyways because I know it'll help someone and it'll be interesting for someone to hear it. But yeah, 2,000 years of religious belief is vanished, melted into nothing, melted into the big ocean of God consciousness. There's no need to believe in a separate deity.